everyone, it is great to see you here once again on Dee's Delights. Today is another day I'm getting rid of stuff in my kitchen. Tonight we are going to make a pumpkin pie cake. Now you don't need to just have this at Thanksgiving or Christmas. You can have this year round because it's delicious. It's a recipe that my mom has given me. As a matter of fact, the copy I have must be for one of my cousins because it says at the end, enjoy, love Aunt Doris. So I'm not sure which one of my cousins got the pumpkin pie cake recipe, but it must be relatively old because I can tell that my mother had typed the recipe. I'm not talking on a computer type. I'm talking on the old-fashioned typewriters. So I don't know how long it has been since typewriters have been popular. So this recipe has been hanging around for a while. It has little turkeys on it and everything. So my mom used to make this at Thanksgiving. What we're going to need for this recipe, and I just happen to have one in my cabinet that I need to get rid of. Let's see. Yep, it's still good. Super moist yellow. You just need a box of yellow cake mix. You will need 1/2 cup of margarine and 1 egg for the first part of this recipe. For the second part of the recipe, you'll need 1 large can of pumpkin. I'm not sure how many ounces a large can is, but mine is 29. To me, that's a large can. 2/3 cup of milk, which would be evaporated milk. We're going to need 2/3 cup of that for the second layer. 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 3 eggs, 1/4 cup white sugar, 1½ teaspoons of cinnamon. That's for the layer on top. Now the last one, we're going to take the saved cup of mix and combine with 1/2 cup of white sugar, 1/2 cup of chopped pecans or walnuts, pecans, however you like to say it, 1/2 cup of shortened, a 1/2 cup of shortened margarine. No, it's 1/2 cup of softened. The typewriter, some of the letters are wearing off, so it's 1/2 cup of softened margarine, not shortened margarine. Now I only have 1/2 cup that's already softened. My other 1/2 cup is not. So for the topping, to soften it, I'm just going to nuke it for about 15 seconds, just enough to get it soft. But for the base, I'm going to use the one that's already soft. And then that's what we're going to put over the top of the pumpkin. So this is what we're going to do. I've given you the ingredients. I'm going to put them up there on the screen, layer by layer. Let's get started. Oh, by the way, I have eggs I have to use up. Large eggs. On here it says use by 2/27. I just checked it out. Eggs are good for 3 to 4 weeks after the use by date. So these will be good till the end of the month. So I am going to use these eggs. And you know what? I've used eggs well beyond the date. So, and nobody's dropped dead yet. So I think we're good with these eggs. I know you all are probably tired of hearing me talk about expiration dates, but a lot of times it doesn't take much for that date to be gone and you still have that ingredient in your house. And if you can use it, great. There's no use going out and buying more. Like these pecans. I don't even know. The expiration date is wore off. Best if used by August of some sort of year. I can't read it. But they're getting used. Let me just see. They're fine. They're fine. Okay, so what we're going to do is open our cake mix and set 1 cup of mix aside. We're going to mix the rest of the cake with the 1/2 cup of margarine and 1 egg. So I don't think I'm going to need too big of a bowl for that. I'm going to use the blue bowl. So here we go. It's the rest of the cake mix. And with 1/2 cup of margarine softened, which is 8 tablespoons, which is 1 stick, and 1 egg. So we're going to mix these items together. It's better if you can use softened butter instead of nuking it in the microwave. It just gives it a different texture. Now we want to lightly grease a 9 by 13 pan. It says grease bottom only, but I greased a little bit up the sides too. Sorry, Mom, I'm not listening to your recipe. I'm sure she finds that hard to believe because, you know, I always listened so well growing up. Okay, I'm gonna mix this around with my fingers now. Get it all mixed in there good. And this stuff is good already. I'm not gonna start eating stuff. I know how all this tastes. I've had it before, the whole thing is good. Get all the mixture off the bowl. Okay, now we are to spread this in lightly greased 13 by 9 pan. See if this spurtle will work to spread it around. Yeah, the spurtle works pretty good. Try to spread it evenly. Okay, got that? Little treat for me. Very good. All right. Next, we're going to mix 1 large can pumpkin, my new can opener. I've showed you this before, but I didn't show you how it works. It does all the work itself. Let's see if it gets on there. Let's see. Come on now. There it goes. Isn't this amazing? It's just chugging along. It's doing its job. Come on. Come on. Come on. You're doing so well. Okay, just press the button again. Got sidetracked. Come on. Okay, let's see what it did. Well, it missed a little bit, but it does it from the outer side. How cool is that? I forget what I paid for this. Not much. I mean, it's slow, but not bad at all. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and scoop this out of here. There again, I'm using a large can, which I am assuming is about 29 ounces, because I'm thinking smaller ones might be about 14, 15 ounces. So if you have 2 small ones, that would probably work. All right, 2/3 cup evaporated milk. Let's try it on a littler, see how it does on a littler one. I don't think it can be out of batteries already. It's trying so hard. Okay, you're done. You're done. You're done. Okay. All right. So we need 2/3 cup evaporated milk, 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Now it does not say to pack it, so I'm not going to pack it. I have to get rid of some of my light brown sugar. I've told you before, I prefer the dark, but since I have to get rid of some of this, see now, 3 eggs, 1/4 cup of white sugar, 1½ teaspoons of cinnamon, which is 1/2 tablespoon. And then what we're going to do is mix that together and pour it over the first layer. Whoops, just splattered. That's what the aprons are for. Protect my beautiful clothing that I've had for decades. I'm cheap when it comes to clothes. Although, one nice thing is you can go shopping on Amazon online and you can try stuff on and you can send it back. You don't have to go to those dreaded dressing mirrors. Whew, that's rough on the ego. All right, that seems to be mixed together pretty good. So we're going to pour it over. I'm going to use the orange bowl for this one. 1 cup of saved cake mix in the orange bowl. 1/2 cup of white sugar, or 1/2 cup chopped pecans, walnuts, whatever you want. So I'm going to put some of my pecans in here. see. Now this is all I have. I do have walnuts. I could do a mixture. So we'll see what this comes out to be. This is an old Pampered Chef thing I've had. All right. So we're going to put that in here. And we are going to do 1/2 cup of softened margarine. So this is the one I'm going to have to nuke for about 15 seconds. I've already made a huge mess. There's stuff everywhere. I just had the kitchen clean before I started. Okay, that made it softened but not melted. I mean, a little of it got melted, but the majority of it is just softened. Okay, so we'll mix that all together. Yep, time to mix with the old hands. Get it all mixed in so there's no dry ingredients down at the bottom of the bowl. No sugars, no nothing. We don't want to miss any of it. Okay, that seems to be done pretty good. So I'm just going to start putting little chunks all over the place. Now make them little. You don't want big, big chunks. Even though that one was pretty healthy sized. This is going to be messy. But it's very good. When it's done, it's very good. That'll kind of bake over. So try to have it so it's covering a good bit of it. Off it goes into the oven now for 1 hour at 350 degrees or until golden brown. So I'm going to carve out a piece here. Now this is still warm, so you'll probably want to let it cool, but it would also be good warm. That's a rather large piece. So I'll probably have to go down on the treadmill and walk a little bit. It's almost too hot to taste. Yep, it's good. Wait till it cools, then have it. I mean, you could wait till it's just warm, but this is hot right now. I'll probably let it cool for about an hour, hour and a half, and then I'll put some aluminum foil over it. But yes, it's very good. If you like pumpkin pie and you like cake, you can't go wrong with pumpkin pie cake. So thanks for joining me here once again on Dee's Delights, and have a wonderful week.